This video features review items for board licensure examination for professional teachers focusing on general education English subject. Question 121. There is a cup of tea, blank the table. Answer C. On. On is a preposition which is used to express a surface of something. The following are the descriptions of the choices for your further readings. Question 122. The Board of Judges chose blank as Miss Philippines for 2018. Answer A. The third beautiful hazel brown eye Kapampangan. The adjectives are in correct order. Please read this slide for further explanation. Question 123. The teachers didn't go to the beach this summer. Blank, they had a meaningful time doing educational outreaches. Answer D. Nevertheless. The clause which follows denotes opposite ideas from the preceding details. Hence, nevertheless is the most appropriate word. The following are the descriptions of the choices for your further readings. Question 124. Marlene is finding it increasingly difficult to blank since her big credit card bills arrived a week ago. Answer B. Get by. Get by is a phrasal verb which means to make ends meet, to survive. The following are the descriptions of the choices for your further readings. Question 125. Ed, did you like the movie Forrest Gump? Joy, oh, I blanked that movie. Answer B. Have never seen. The sentence follows the proper format of present perfect tense, has or have plus past participle form of the verb. Under the table for perfect tenses, past perfect tense is used to denote an action that ended before another action or time in the past. Example, had cooked. Sentence, he had cooked the dinner when the phone rang. For the present perfect tense in which question 4 is under, it denotes an action that happened an unspecified time in the past. Example, has or have cooked. Sentence, he has cooked many meals. Lastly, future perfect tense denotes an action that will end before another action or time in the future. Example, will have cooked. Sentence, he will have cooked dinner by the time you come. Question 126. Brian blank in San Francisco last Saturday. Answer A. Arrived. The idea of the sentence is in the past tense. This is because of its definite time marker, which is last Saturday. Under the table for simple tenses, Past tense denotes an action that ended at a point in the past. Example, cooked. Sentence, he cooked yesterday. Present tense denotes an action that exists, is usual, or is repeated. Example, cook or cooks. Sentence, he cooks dinner every Friday. Lastly, future tense denotes a plan for future action. Example, will cook. He will cook tomorrow. Question 127. I blank this fun since I was a kid. Answer, C. Have not had. The sentence follows the proper format of a present perfect tense, has or have plus the past participle form of the verb. The concept of the perfect tenses were already described in the previous slides. Question 128. My best friend and I blank each other for 10 years now. Answer, D. Have known. The sentence follows the proper format of a present perfect tense, has or have plus past participle form of the verb. The concept of the perfect tenses were already described in the previous slides. Question 129. 5 years of intensive language study are required for second language learners. Aiko blank English for 3 years, but she will need more training to be more proficient. Answer, C. Has been studying. It follows the proper format of a present perfect progressive tense, has or have plus been plus the ing form of the verb. Under the table for progressive tenses, past perfect progressive tense denotes an action that happened over time in the past, before another time or action in the past. Example, had been cooking. Sentence, he had been cooking for a long time before he took lessons. Present perfect progressive tense, in which question 6 is under, denotes an action occurring over time that started in the past and continues into the present. Example, has or have been cooking. Sentence, he has been cooking for over an hour. For future perfect progressive tense, it denotes an action occurring over time in the future before another action or time in the future. Example, will have been cooking. Sentence, he will have been cooking all day by the time she gets home. Question 130. Some of the votes blank to have been miscounted. Answer, A. Seem. The verb agrees with the noun in the off phrase, which is a countable noun in plural form. The noun in the off phrase is the word votes. In the case of indefinite pronouns, can either have singular or the number of other examples in the form, then therefore none, the verb should be in singular form or without an s, which is seem. In the next sentence, most of the sugar was consumed. The noun in the off phrase is sugar, which is a mass noun. Mass nouns require singular verb. Question 131. Most of the milk blank gone bad. 5 gallons blank still in the refrigerator. Answer, C. Has, are. On the first blank, the verb agrees with the noun in the off phrase, which is a mass noun, which requires singular verb, while the second blank is definitely plural because of the number of gallons. The mass noun in the first off phrase is the word milk. Question 132. If I blank rich, I would travel abroad every year. Answer C. Were. The idea of the sentence is in conditional form, which requires plural verb. Question 133. Spot the error in the following sentence. Answer A. Are. The verb are should be in singular form is because the subject Scrabble is singular. Question 134. Identify the sentence patterns on the following sentence. Answer D. SVIODO. Aaron is the indirect object and iPad is a direct object. Sentence pattern STVIODO includes subject, transitive verb, indirect object, and direct object. Indirect object serves as the receiver of the action of the direct object, while the direct object serves as the receiver of the action of the transitive verb. Example: the supervisor mailed the applicant a description of the job. Subject, supervisor, transitive verb, mailed, indirect object, applicant, direct object, description of the job. Question 135. Identify the sentence pattern on the following sentence. Answer A. SV. Attentively is just an adverb for the intransitive verb listened. The simplest of the sentence patterns is composed of a subject and a verb without a direct object or the receiver of the action of the transitive verb or the subject complement. It uses an intransitive verb, that is, a verb requiring no direct object. In the example, the development of wind power practically ceased until the early 1970s. The subject is the development of wind power. The intransitive verb is ceased. Note that practically is an adverb. Until the early 1970s is a prepositional phrase. Question 136. Identify the type of sentence. Answer D. Compound complex sentence. As it happens is a subordinating clause. You are right and I am wrong are two independent clauses. A compound complex sentence contains at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. In the example sentence, with pizza and soda at hand, they studied APA rules for many hours, and they decided that writing in APA made sense because it was clear, concise, and objective. Independent clauses include they studied APA rules for many hours, and they decided that writing in APA made sense. On the other hand, dependent clauses include with pizza and soda at hand, and because it was clear, concise, and objective. Question 137. Which of the following sentence errors is committed by this sentence? Answer A. Run-on sentence. Run-on sentence denotes two or more independent clauses joined together in a grammatically incorrect way. Run-on sentences are two or more independent clauses that are not separated at all or that are separated only by a comma. The following are the ways to correct a run-on sentence which is applied to the example sentence, Mary is studying for final exams. She has not written. Use of end marks. Mary is studying for final exam, period. That is why she has not written. Use of commas and conjunction. Mary is studying for final exams, comma, and that is why she has not written. Use of semicolon. Mary is studying for final exams, semicolon. That is why she has not written. Forming simple sentences. Mary, who has not written, is studying for final exams. Forming complex sentences. Since Mary is studying for final exams, she has not written. Question 138. Which of the following sentence is erroneous? Answer A. The weather forecaster asked everyone to remain indoors. A storm was heading our way. The first sentence is a run-on sentence. Question 139. Swimming in the lake during summer is more fun than blank on it in the winter. Answer A. Skating. Skating is in parallel form, ing form, with swimming. The sentence error committed by question 14 is faulty parallelism. Parallelism denotes that ideas of equal importance are expressed in equal grammatical structures. To correct faulty parallelism, one should make equal ideas be in equal grammatical structures. In the examples, I like swimming better than to dive is a faulty parallelism. This is because the verb swimming and to dive are in different format. The correct way is I like swimming better than diving, which are both in the ing form. Question 140. Which of the following sentences is correct? Answer C. After finishing her homework, Anna turned on the TV. The rest of the sentences have either dangling or misplaced modifiers. Dangling and misplaced modifiers pertain to words, phrases, or clauses which appear to modify wrong word in a sentence. The best way to correct dangling and misplaced modifiers is by moving the phrase or clause closer to the word it should logically modify, or in the case of dangling modifiers, by putting the word that should be modified. An example of a sentence with misplaced modifier is, on her way home, John found a gold man's watch. The correct sentence should be, on her way home, John found a man's gold watch. So the misplaced modifier is the word gold. An example of a sentence with a dangling modifier is, walking to the movies, the cloudburst drenched. The correct sentence should be, walking to the movies, Jim was drenched by the cloudburst. Question 141. Being an entrepreneur, one can stay at home, make money, and blank. Answer A. Meet a variety of people. Meet a variety of people is in parallel format with the other phrases. This concept was discussed in the preceding item. Question 142. Philippines has been in a more terrible condition ever since the current president took office. I don't agree with this statement, so I'd say answer A. No, it is not true. There are only two possible answers on this question, choice A and choice C, but choice C is wrong since the idea it presents are contradicting. Question 143. I am used to the same tales, says a man after hearing a news about the corrupt official in the country. His statement implies that answer A. The event is more likely a novelty. It is the meaning of the given idiom. An idiom is a phrase that is common to a certain population. It is typically figurative and usually is not understandable based solely on the words within the phrase. What is an idiom? An idiom is a figure of speech established by usage that has a meaning not necessarily deductible from those of the individual words. Idioms are a type of figurative language, which means they are not always meant to be taken literally. Idioms express a particular sentiment, but they do not literally mean what the individual words themselves mean. An idiom is a saying that is specific to a language. For example, an idiom in English does not translate to an idiom in Spanish. Example idiom: the grass is always greener on the other side. This idiom does not literally mean that the other side will always have greener grass. There may not even be a literal other side to the subject at hand, or grass for that matter. Question 144. Jenny commented that the idea of morality today has evolved from how it is 20 years ago. You can say that again, Andrew responded. What does his response mean? Answer B. Jenny's comment is true and he agrees. It is the meaning of the given idiom. Question 145. Dove is to peace as four-leaf clover is to blank. Answer B. Lock. The relationship of the analogy is symbolism. The following are other verbal analogies linked types. Part of a category. Example, wave, gesture. Part of a whole. Example, birds, flock. Degree, scorching, warm. Traits or activity by definition. Balm, suits. Object and its function. Vehicle, transportation. Person and his or her job. Vendor, sell. Usual location. Trial, court. Question 146. Oath is a promise as to contract is to blank. Answer D. Agreement. The relationship of the analogy is synonyms. Question 147. Pages is the book as to blank is the blank. Answer A. Leaves is the tree. The relationship of the analogy is part whole.